Hey guys, I was learning about the government today in class. Did you know that there are 3 branches?
Yes, 3 branches like a tree. Oh, yeah. Hey, Quinn, did you know that the moon is made out of sand and cauliflower and flowers?
No, Gus. The 3 branches...
Let's just learn about this. I don't even know why we're talking about trees.
Yeah.
The United States government is a democracy.
A democracy is a form of government that is controlled by the people who all have a say in how the government operates.
The United States of America has followed a representative democracy, or otherwise known as democratic republic, for over 200 years. And this means that the people elect representatives to run the government.
People like the president, members of Congress, and senators.
The United States government, including all state governments, are divided up into 3 different branches. First is the executive branch, second, the judicial branch, and third, the legislative branch.
If you think of the 3 branches being a tree, the people are its roots.
That's why she said a tree. She was right the whole time. Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
You don't tell her too, because I know you.
It was my idea not to tell her.
No.
You see, citizens have a big influence over what happens in the government because they can vote.
And that is why when you become an adult, you should always vote.
So we'll start with the legislative branch. And the legislative branch is the part of the government that creates and also votes on laws.
The legislative branch is also called the Congress.
And the United States Congress is made up of 2 different groups of people, the House of Representatives and the Senate.
Members of the House of Representatives and the Senate are voted into office by citizens in each state.
So now you might be asking yourself, what exactly is the House of Representatives?
There are 435 representatives in the House.
Whoa. How big of a house is that? You know how many bedrooms they must have?
Probably 1,000.
435 at least.
You see, every state has a different amount of representatives, and this is based on the state's total population. States with more people get more representatives, and states with less people get less representatives.
Representatives are elected every 2 years.
The Speaker of the House is the leader of the House of Representatives.
Next, we have the Senate.
The Senate has 100 members, and senators are elected every 6 years.
The Senate is made up of 2 senators per state, no matter how many people live in that state.
And the second branch is the executive branch.
The executive branch is in charge of making sure that the laws of the United States are obeyed.
And the President of the United States of America leads this branch. But the President also gets help from the Vice President, as well as the President's cabinet members as well.
The President is the leader of the United States government. The President leads the country and commands the military.
And the Vice President will only become President if the President currently can no longer do the job. The Vice President is also President of the Senate.
The President and the First Family lived in the White House in Washington, D.C.
The main job of the vice president is to also be ready to take over for the president if something should happen to the president.
Third is the judicial branch.
The judicial branch, that's in charge of deciding the purpose of laws, as well as how to use them, and whether a law breaks the rules of the United States of America's Constitution.
The Constitution is the highest law of the USA.
And the highest court, the most important in the United States of America, is called the Supreme Court, and it is made up of 9 judges who are called justices.
Supreme Court justices are selected by the president, approved by a vote of the Senate, and serve as long as they show good behavior. This usually is for life unless they decide to retire.
And when a justice retires or passes away, a new justice is selected the same way, so that there are always 9 justices in the Supreme Court.
Justices listen to arguments from both sides and their decision is final.
And the main task of the Supreme Court is to decide cases that may differ from the United States Constitution.
And once the Supreme Court makes a decision, it can only be changed by a later Supreme Court decision or by changing or amending the Constitution.
So, what is the judicial process?
The Constitution states that every person has the right to a fair trial before a qualified judge and a jury of their peers.
And this is something called the Bill of Rights. And the Bill of Rights adds to this by guaranteeing other rights such as a quick trial, the right to legal representation, the right to not be tried for the same crime twice, as well as protection from cruel and unusual punishments.
So hey, guess what? Cadence was wrong. It has nothing to do with trees, but now we all know about the government.
Thanks for watching.
Make sure you subscribe.
Bye.